Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is January 29th, 2025, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, tech stocks bounce back, fade in the opposite direction. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. But looking at today's major economic events, so at 4:45 from Canada, we have a Bank of Canada rate decision, interest rate decision, and then a big at 9 p.m. South African time from the United States, FOMC, federal fund rate, which is an interest rate decision from the United States. In addition, we have corporate earnings from Microsoft, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, and Tesla, all happening today. Now, looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, major pairs really tapering off. And looking at the indices, the Dow Jones almost back to its all-time record highs. It gains, so does the NASDAQ, reflecting those tech stocks. Now, looking at the indices, gold bouncing back, while oil also getting a little bit of a bounce as well. And lastly, natural gas continues to slide, but looks like it's going to bounce today. Now, looking at the stocks, specifically tech stocks, strike right back with earnings as they're coming out today also. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, really unchanged from day to day. So let's check on the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Australian dollar. It did have a CPI earlier this morning. Nothing really big to really write home about, but it did retrace off of that 30-day moving average. And now we're testing that low once again. And this might be the fate of the dollar. So looking at the Euro USD first, you see that massive decline in a 1 hour chart, but it's really not that big of a deal. We're back to our supportish level. So it's not a major change. It's just happening now this morning. So this is a bit of a retracement. Looking at the GBP, not as much. Okay, so I'm looking to see what's going to happen with the FOMC. Not mostly about the interest rate decision, but about the guidance moving forward. That's really the most important part. Now jumping into commodities, all right? First looking at gold, all right? Gold has had a nice little move to the upside. It did gain, okay, and did bounce, but it's now tapering off to 27.59. It's still relatively strong. It's not a massively strong commodity, so just keep an eye on that. Crude oil got a little bit of a bounce right there. Okay, the question is whether or not it's broken that downwards momentum. And natural gas is now just popping up at 3, which is looking like it's correcting itself, okay, just a little bit, okay. Maybe this will be a start of a bounce, so I'd be looking to cover my shorts here if I was still short. All right, now looking at the U.S. markets, all right, this is where it gets super interesting, okay. The Dow Jones has been steadily moving higher to 44,994. That's where we are right now. If you look at the U.S. tech, it's gaining nicely after that massive sell-off. Look at that fade opportunity. I always speak about the fade opportunity, and sure enough, this is where you got it. Now, looking at the individual stocks, let's take a look at them. Amazon had a huge day yesterday. Netflix actually making new all-time record highs, all right, to 988. Look at that. Unbelievable, as this is still a massive monster. Now, we do have Microsoft coming out with its earnings reports today, Meta and Tesla. So they're all in the major Facebook, let's take a look at it, as it is 681, right off of its all-time record highs. If we look at Microsoft, it did gain very big nicely yesterday, okay? This might be right before the number, but it's in a range, so just keep in mind that Microsoft is not the strongest one, okay? Now, looking at the other stocks today, nothing's really jumping out at me, okay? Because we had this recovery move. NVIDIA also had that recovery move, not back to its highs, but it has that recovery move. Now, as long as the stock are still showing profits, the fact that China has this AI, well, sure enough, we knew that was going to happen, right? So this is just a matter of time until the stocks actually bounce back. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, really all intents and purposes unchanged. This 102-ish level, likes this 102-ish level. It's been deviating from it, all right, but it's in the middle of the range right now, so nothing really jumping out. However, today's going to be super volatile, especially with this FOMC. So just be careful, play a little bit defense, offense kind of trading, first defense and then offense, and just be aware of it. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.